son or Redstone, the owners of our media company, Michael Eisner, the CEO, don't write the movies, they don't play the music, they don't act in their shows. So they seem like just people who count the money in the background. But that's a very misleading and deceptive way to understand how power works in media. The whole logic of a corporate enterprise flows from the top. The point is to make as much money as possible. If you don't start there, you never understand how these institutions work and what effect they have for corporations. The first tier are the huge giants. These include Viacom, AOL Time Warner, Disney, News Corporation, Sony, the next tier of companies is one notch down. These are the companies like Comcast or General Electric, major newspaper giant chains like the New York Times, Night Bitter, Tribune Company, being that second tier. This third tier is, though, hundreds of thousands of very small companies that sort of round out the system and do the stuff that the big guys don't find profitable. But if you look at the numbers here, well, there are hundreds of thousands of media companies, but that's misleading. There's really only a couple dozen that dominate the system. And in all likelihood, that number is going to continue to shrink because as we do this interview, the Federal Communications Commission is in the process of revisiting the few remaining media regulations that prevent these firms from merging newspaper companies and television companies, cable companies, newspaper companies. Once those restrictions are lifted, there's tremendous pressure on powerful lobbies to do so. We should anticipate a massive wave of consolidation. This 24 firms will probably shrink down to 18 or 20 within a year or two. The U.S. media system is basically broken down into three tiers.
Bigger is considered better. Bigger is considered better.
We live in a society where we are immersed in media. The average person spends 10, 11, even 12 hours a day with some form of media. Media has become an enormous industry in our society. This sort of boom in media, private media, commercial media, is supposed to lead to a blossoming political culture, a garden place of ideas, in which the truth will win out and we'll have a healthy, vibrant political democracy. But instead, what we've seen is exactly the opposite. This boom in media, commercial media at the hands of large corporations and advertisers has led instead to a chilling and a dilapidation of our democracy.
There it is. That's the picture. You see it for yourself. There it is. It's a man. There it is. With
This great society is going to smash. Oh, he's in the middle of putting things together and organizing himself. You do not need to stand up for 1 foot. The modern town hardly knows silence. You are something that the whole world is doing. No, I simply cannot understand these. Oh, how sadly we always have seen our own imagination. This is not real. This is for us, and that's why it's so instruments.
A culture is no better than it. Feeling of being connected with the past.
Look at it this way. You may fall and break your leg.
And so, one leg is shorter than the other. Can nothing more be done?
Corporations and advertisers has led instead to a shriveling and a dilapidation of our democracy. We live in a society where we are immersed in media. The average person spends 10, 11, even 12 hours a day with some form of media. Media has become an enormous industry in our society. This sort of boom in media, private media, commercial media, is supposed to lead to a blossoming political culture, a garden place of ideas, in which the truth will win out and we'll have a healthy, vibrant political democracy. But instead, what we've seen is exactly the opposite. This boom in media, commercial media, at the hands of large corporations and advertisers, has led instead to a shriveling and a dilapidation of our democracy. We live in a society where we are commercial, we use it, complete lose everything. There are 4 reasons why conglomeration or synergy has made so much sense for media companies. So all of them have gone that direction in earnest in the past decade. The first is that it allows tremendous advantages in what's called cross-promotion. So by the time Paramount Pictures releases a movie, for example, it can promote that movie incessantly on MTV, its cable channel, or VH1. It can promote it at Blockbuster Video Rental, which it owns. It can promote it on Entertainment Tonight television show that it produces.
Star Trek Nemesis explodes into theaters December 13th, but you can't.
The second factor is cross-production. So if you make something that's a successful movie, you can then turn it into a TV show, into a cable show, into a book, into a soundtrack, and make all the related profits for that. Third, and this is very important, it gives you a lot more leverage over advertisers. So a company like Viacom or Disney can go to a major advertiser, like Procter & Gamble or Pepsi, and make them $1 billion deal across all their different media to get all this business from them. And they do that, which